Hello, hello.
Yo.
Happy Kate Seath Day.
Sith.
Seath.
It said Sith.
No, it's Kate Seath,
Okay.
right?
It kind of says Kate She. In
So
the
then it would be-
original
so-
instruction booklet.
So that would be Kate Seath, right? Is the debate rage on? We got the first part of the name down. It's definitely Kate.
Right.
But now we just have to get the second part defined. Playing devil's advocate. It wasn't. They didn't say it out loud. They just wrote it. So
Right. Yeah, that would have been funny if they had actually had a voiceover
we need
on
to
that,
hear it. We
on
need
that
to hear it. Also, happy October, the month of Halloween and spookiness and all that good stuff. Which translated to the most submissions we probably had all year in a community
Nice.
showcase. Part of the
Heck
reason
yeah.
why we're a little bit late is there was just like way more. There's like basically like double the amount of submissions that we usually get in a month. And a lot of them were audio or images and videos, so those take the longest, especially images. Images take the longest time to set up for everything. So, yes, we have a lot to get through, and we're already behind, so we're going to start. And again, this is the Community Showcase. Welcome for October 2023, featuring Daniel Bloodworth. Yay!
Yo.
We have your write-in submissions. We have your audio. We have your artwork, your photos, your screenshots, your videos of gameplay and original content. We're ready to dive in. Let's see what you got for us. Obviously, we start with our write-in submissions first. Let me scroll all the way back up.
Sorry, Chad. I'm just dealing with like one more little thing here, but I'm paying attention. I'm
Sure.
listening.
Okay, so I'll kick this off. Our first submission is from Brandon K. Audio is a little staticky.
Staticky.
Oh, I don't know why it's staticky. Anyone else hearing some staticiness? Very low
Very
static.
low. You're hearing like static, like a background static?
Is one of the mics or something? Should I restart the...
Swordfish is not. Screaming Argonaut is.
Should I just restart the soundboard maybe? Try that.
One of the mics, you think? Why would it be one of the mics?
Well, let me try this. Chat, I'm gonna, when I hold up my hand, tell me if you still hear static or not. Not yet. Because we're gonna lose the mics for a second. Do you have static now? Static. Static back? Static, yes, now.
Try unplugging that mic that you just bumped. See what happens. Although I don't know if that matters.
Static or no? Static or no? Still static now. Okay, let's try the other.
Although I'm not sure if this would necessarily do it if it's down the line somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is eliminating the mic.
Right.
Where at the chain? That helped. That fixed it.
So it's this mic.
Alright, let's see if that comes back. Is the static back now?
Not back.
Alright, so it's just a weird connection then, okay. All right.
Okay. So it was just something to do with that mic right there.
Alright.
Plugging it, unplug it, plug it back in.
Okay.
There we go.
No, we didn't do any submissions
Saves the
yet.
world.
We
Got
started.
an asteroid coming?
we
Unplug
literally-
it, plug it back in.
We literally just started. We are about half an hour behind. So, all right. Our first write-in comes from Brandon K. Gann. September had so much. I have to go rapid fire. I'm just scrolling through this. This is a pretty long submission, so this is rapid fire for Brandon K. Gann. To start, several months back, I watched a supercut of every Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11 and Aftermath cutscene with MK1 on the horizon, and I wanted to get caught up. Okay. As for MK1, it's a fun watch, though some characters are only around for a brief time and never come back, plus it has a meh finale. As I said last month, I restarted my Spider-Man base game and DLC and Miles Morales' replays, and at the time of the showcase, I finished the former and started the latter. Once again, Spider-Man crashed on me 7 more times, but since these occurred roughly in the same spot that the 7 I had on my first run-through, I think the issues are tied to a particular crime. Alright, I had some crashes in my OG Spider-Man playthrough, but I don't think I had any Miles Morales. Once I'm done, I wanted to immediately jump into a replay of Ghost Runner and its DLC. The Ghost Runner 2 demo is awesome, and the motorcycle alone has me super pumped for right after I get through Spider-Man 2. After a ho-hum beta, I decided to go ahead and give the full version of Ever Crisis a chance. Learning from what I didn't like, I immediately turned on both auto battle and increased speed. I did that too.
Nice.
Effectively turning it into a management game instead of a turn-based RPG. Yep, I didn't like that about it. While there are some spots of grinding, it isn't as terrible as I feared. Plus, I'm able to ignore all the gotcha elements. Man, I wasn't. I felt like I had to grind to ignore them. Incredibly gorgeous models, yes. Art and soundtrack. But wow, does it kill battery life? Yeah, I'm on the last legs of an iPhone 8 Plus, and it was destroying. My phone was also, like, melting. Right now, I've seen everything currently available for Base 7 and Crisis Core with some First Soldier story left. Nice. Moving on, I initially was going to hop right into Phantom Liberty from my endgame save sometime amidst all of the Spider-Man and Ghost Runner, but instead I'm pivoting until after those are done because with the 2.0 update, I have to reacclimate to Cyberpunk with all that's been reworked.
Yeah, I had to, I jumped in as well just to kind of look around, not even really go to the Phantom Liberty stuff yet, and it was like, oh, all of your skill points have been removed, like rebuild your skill tree, and I'm like, yeah, they changed everything, and I haven't played in a year and a half, so I don't know, maybe I will just start that game over whenever I get around to this, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hearing. Sorry. Then I'm going to buy the expansion to see all that Phantom Liberty has to offer. The last game I'll touch on, I watched instead of played. This makes me so upset. Separate Ways for Resident Evil 4. I guess if you're playing so many games...
you're the one that did it. You made that possible.
I guess I actually enjoyed it more than the main game. So much so, I'm locked in an eternal debate about getting the full package. Okay, you're bringing me back. On one hand, I like the level design, the economy of the treasure system, and weapon upgrades, side quests, and it looks stunning. On the other hand, several enemy types irritate. The entire island is a personal miss. My biggest gripe, the survival until a set amount of time design that occurs several times throughout. To close, that stuff's not really in Separate Ways. I feel like the issues of 4 that people had, those aren't really present in Separate Ways. To close, September had the major streams of a fine Nintendo Direct, a very solid state of play, and of course the substantial FF7 Rebirth coverage and content. Incredibly hyped trailers, super helpful and informative previews, and the TGS stage presentation has me stunned at the immense amount of side stuff. September was quite kind to me, yes. Very much looking forward to February. Holy crap. All the Rebirth at the end. What a flex to release it on Leap Day. James Davies, our next submission. Do you want to take over?
Sure. I just got a nice drink of water, so it should be good. Once again, I'll have to submit my post here as I'm still getting the can't reach. Oh yeah, that's right. He has to put it in the comments. There's a weird bug with Google Forms that he's not able to get around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to see because obviously we get other submissions. So
yeah. Other people have been trying to help him too.
Yeah.
Hey Damiani and Blood, I hope you're both doing well. I've been having trouble posting community showcase and Q&A questions via the Google links these past couple months, and I wonder why this problem keeps persisting. When I click the link through an email or a community post, the page springs up saying, can't reach this page. I'm thankful to Blood that he's been able to move my post to the list anyway. Though why this issue didn't happen before August is a mystery. It's been 6 years since the last Forza Motorsport game. Can you believe it? I'm quite wary of this of this new entry, to be honest. There's a reason Forza Motorsport has remained dormant for so long. It's because the Forza Horizon series is just so joyously unbound.
Need for Speed.
This new Forza Motorsport is like the children returning to school in uniform after a prolonged holiday. I'm sure this new entry could be worth the series' return, but circuit-based racing and grinding doesn't seem all that appealing to me. Kind of the reason why I felt FM7 was enough. The Community Hall of Greats has returned, and this time I've selected Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch as my nominee. Many JRPGs are celebrated, like Xenoblade Chronicles, the Final Fantasy series, the Tales series, Dragon Quest, and others. Ni no Kuni, and particularly Wrath of the White Witch, don't seem to enter the conversation for greatest RPG.
I've definitely talked about Ni no Kuni.
Okay.
Or I think Ben brought it once too, and I was like, yes,
Nice.
yes.
I personally find it to be one of the greatest RPGs I've ever played. It's a wholly beautiful, endearing, humorous, and majestic game. I love every inch of its heart and soul.
Mm-hmm.
I really would love more of the EZA community to join our Hall of Greats on the Forum Dwellers Discord channel. You can bring any game you love with a passion and write about them whilst we debate and cross-examine selections. Pretty much a text version of the proper EZA Hall of Greats. I love participating, and I'm grateful it exists thanks to everybody who contributes to it. I've been playing MK1 lately, and I don't see what's great about it, to be honest. I think it plays really well, and the fatalities are sick, but the grind of invasions, the half-baked cameo fighters, and the meager roster are sticking points for me. I feel the series could do with a visual change-up, or something that's more pronounced and visceral than what we currently have. And if Johnny Cage is the most charismatic fighter on the roster, there's definitely room for more of them. Sometimes I feel Johnny Cage could be a distant relative of Johnny Gat, because they're both named Johnny and both have a ballsy attitude. Thanks for all you do. Love and respect.
Thank you. Yeah. Our next submission comes from Level Capybara. Hi, Damiani. Hi, Bloodworth. It's October, the season of scares. And what could be scarier than a patron submitting a game of Mad Libs to Easy Allies for the third Halloween in a row? And since this month marks the release of Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, let's Mad Lib some new lyrics for an iconic song that Metal Gear fans know and love. And don't worry, you don't have to sing it. Reading will suffice.
Okay.
All right, but first we'll need the following. So, oh my God. So, we'll need a noun.
A noun. Noun is so vague.
So, okay, so noun. I'm gonna do this. So.
Oh yeah, that works.
I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna do cup. Then
Okay.
we need another noun. I'm gonna put street.
Oh, okay.
Verb. I'm gonna put run. An emotion. I'm gonna put confused.
Confused?
A body part.
Nose.
Yes, nose. An adjective.
Hungry.
All right. All right. Another noun.
Oh my.
I'm gonna go with.
Noodles.
Oh, okay. Noodles. Nice. Another noun. I'm gonna go with keyboard this time. It's right what I'm using. A verb. Do you have a verb?
Hit.
Hit. All right. A place.
Museum.
Oh, nice. Another place. Park.
Hmm.
Another verb. Let's do glide.
Glide. Ooh.
A noun. Let's do for Dawn and I like carpet. An adjective. One last adjective.
Furry.
Furry. And finally, one last noun. You got anything, Blood, or do you?
Shoe.
Shoe. All right. Okay. So let's keep these up.
So now you can replace, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, so it says, now let's begin. I'm actually going to delete some of your submission at a time. So I'll bring up the paragraph so we could just go down the line here. Okay. What a thrill. With cup and street through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I run into you. What a confused in my nose.
What a confusion, I suppose.
Yeah,
what a confusion in my nose.
Yeah, I guess we should have said confusion. Confused is a verb, yeah.
But you're so hungry.
But you're so hungry. Alright. I give my noodles, not for honor, but for you. In my keyboard, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I hit to you. I'm still in a museum, snake eater. Okay. Someday you go through the park. Someday you glide on a tree frog.
Yes.
It's carpet, the trial to survive.
Yes.
For a day we see furry shoes. Yes. I give my noodles not for honor but for you. In my keyboard there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I hit to you. I'm still in a museum, snake eater. I'm still in a museum, snake eater. The end. Thanks, allies. That was just some fancy wordplay. You're pretty good.
Nice.
Lolly lily love and respect. Level capybara. All right. Next up from Joe Caruso. You want to take this one, Blood?
Yeah, I want to talk about the joy and juxtaposition of playing video games on hard difficulties while employing cheats. So many times I find myself playing a video game and the default difficulty setting is too easy or boring, but the next higher difficulty setting is too hard or frustrating. Recently I found a few examples of a nice middle ground playing on the harder difficulty while cheating to minimize frustrations. With the original North American Fire Emblem game on GBA now available on Switch, it's been fun to exploit the rewind function to test things out.
Yes.
Safely grind a few characters at the arena and deal with sudden, unpredictable enemy behavior. Now I can finally play the game on hard mode without wanting to pull my hair out.
Yeah, there you go.
Another recent example is Baldur's Gate 3, but I need to explain first. The game is extremely fun, but also extremely time-consuming. I spend way too much time in menus trying to compare all my characters' equipment against each other and all the new magical items you're constantly finding. The problem is that you can only have about 4 characters in your party at a time, making comparing loadouts between characters waiting at camp impossible. Not to mention, so many scenarios that you often cannot predict heavily involve one or more characters, and if they happen to not be in your party at the time, you miss out on their dialogue, or you're forced to switch them out with another extremely useful and situational character. So I decided to install the mod on PC that removes the party limit of 4, and I was going everywhere with all 7 of my characters.
Whoa.
Now I'm up to 9 people in my party. The combat in this game is also quite challenging even on normal, but after a while playing with all these extra characters, I noticed that I was often beating most battles without taking much damage or employing complex strategies. So I bumped up the difficulty, and now enemies have much more health, and they do much more damage, and are using nasty abilities on me more frequently. So yes, I'm more or less cheating in these examples, playing these games in a way that is not intended, but to me it's the perfect combination of both the player and the game not pulling any punches, while not wasting my time or patience.
Yeah, I like that type of stuff. Like, especially the Fire Emblem thing you mentioned at the beginning. Like, obviously there's like a creator's intent, but those tools, while obviously they can let you to reduce the difficulty, they allow you to experiment and try things, which I think is really good. And the hope is that eventually you don't need to use them as much. So it's like ladder's difficulty. I kind of like that system. But I'm also always with Huber that all options should be available from the beginning, including all difficulty settings. So locking some behind beating a game or something is, that's like a super, super, super ridiculously hard difficulty, which is a bonus. But like the basic difficulty should all be available at the beginning. All right. Our next submission comes from Bruno Soros. Howdy, Damiani and Bloodworth. I hope you all are doing well on this fine October 3rd before the wave of October video games. It's already started. I hope you all find a way to take some necessary breathers when you need it this month. Yeah. Today I will begin my Halloween movie content consumption by watching Alien before the group stream. I started mine. I did the Blade trilogy, and then Corpse Bride, and I'm doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie. The movie, not the show. And I'm going to keep going through the list. They added a ton to HBO Max. I've never seen Alien before, so I'm excited to watch it. Planning to round out the month by watching Aliens and the Fear Street trilogy this month. Yep, Huber and I watched the Fear Street trilogy back when it came out and did a spoiler mode on it with Isla as well. For video games this month, I did give myself August and September to play other fall spooky games. But I've only beaten what remains of Edith Finch and Tormented Souls. But I'm in the middle of A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Nice.
So that's some sort of progress. I beat Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. and that was a journey of lackluster gameplay. Should have watched the movie version. But an amazing story of Bonds, that is true. You get to find out about the organization members. Haven't played it since it came out, so I'm glad I got around to it again. But I'll definitely watch the movie, and majority of the time I replay Kingdom Hearts, so yes, you should just watch the movie of that and recoded from now on. So the backlog update for the month is at 664, which is the same number it was last month. But I did beat 4 games. Just added 4 games. Rest in peace. The main ones were Streets of Rage 4 and Lollipop Chainsaw, which I didn't know was partly written by James Gunn until the cashier told me that information. So that was a nice surprise to learn. So wait, Lollipop Chainsaw was written by James Gunn? What?
Would have to look that up. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah. That sounds like a shocker to me. I'm starting to play Detroit Become Human with a friend on a weekly basis, so that's been some nice fun times to help progress my backlog goals. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door was on there, but the Switch announcement that got taken off, it will not be replaced since there's too many games. Yes, wait till next year. 9 games remain. I'm currently playing 2, Persona 5 Strikers and Detroit Become Human. So I doubt I'll finish them all this year, but I made some good progress. I finally played Persona 5 Strikers for the first time in 2 months, so I am back with the Phantom Thieves. So you got Tactica coming out soon, too. Trying to beat that before Tactica, but we shall see. Now the last time I predicted the Jets would get 10 or 11 wins. Well, that was before Aaron Rodgers ruptured his Achilles. The agony that the Jets bring me is everlasting. Zach Wilson looked good on Sunday, so hopefully he can continue improving. His kryptonite, though, is the Patriots, which isn't great. Now I'll just be happy if they get to 7 wins. I was trying to shout that so Don might have heard that, and Don's ears might have perked up hearing some football talk. Started to read the Miles Morales comics again for the first time since they started back in 2011. Really, really grand art and highly enjoyable times at various coffee shops. Hail Hydra was mentioned. Hope you all survive October, and I hope the Yankees rebound for you next year, Damiani. Love and respect. Go Jets, and chat. I hope you all are well, too. Yeah, 49ers undefeated. You know, team I root for. They're still undefeated, baby. Let's go. And Don's Eagles are undefeated, too. Let's go. All right, our next submission comes from Bo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny because the way you said it is like you're going right into it.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, everybody. I was going to send in another devlog, but I haven't been working on the game recently because I finally got a new job.
Congrats.
In the parks department of the city next to me.
Dude, that sounds sick.
Yeah, it's way better than my last job. I'm really liking it. Better pay, hours, and benefits. So a lot of my time is focusing on that, but all my free time has been dedicated to Baldur's Gate 3. My character is a dragonborn monk. I'm a fire-breathing kung fu master. Every time I play it, I'm stunned by the amount of thought put into every scenario and dialogue choice. I'm trying to develop a simple dialogue system in my game, and the sheer amount of saving and loading and checks to determine what animation, text, sound, or camera cut to play gives me a headache. So to see Larian Studios manage 1,000 times more than that, and succeed so spectacularly boggles my mind. Just even doing the Dawn Romantica stuff last year, it was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Although I'm playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, my life has been completely absorbed with the game of Go.
Oh.
Or Baduk in Korean. Go is a Chinese board game where 2 players using black and white pieces try to get more territory on the board than the opponents. I've always loathed traditional board games, but there's something about Go that I've latched onto, while chess always feels so rigid. Go is freeing, while chess has rules to stop you from moving on the board. In Go, I can place my piece anywhere I want, and Go's difficulty can be changed. You can play on a 9x9 board or a 19x9 one. If one player is stronger than the other, the weaker player can simply put more pieces on the board before the game even starts, or the stronger player can make their own goal, like winning by a certain point or trying to get a tie. I totally suck at the game right now and lose almost all of my games, but I still love playing. I even bought a traditional Go board set made out of a solid wood block, seashell, and slate pieces, and can't wait to play on it. Love and respect, Bo.
Yo, sick. Pretty cool. Yep.
Go for Bo.
Go for Bo. All right, it's time for some images. So I'm going to switch over to our main shot here. And we're going to be starting with none other than RF Switch. Greetings, Blood and Damiani. So, in the last season of Splatoon 3, I kind of Butchered my way to S plus rank after starting at C rank at the beginning of June. Do not mess with me, or my Splatana. I am the Sephiroth or Virgil of this game. Anyway, instead of talking about my many, many war crimes in the game, or in-game, I'm going to share some of my favorite art from other players. This is one of the best parts of Splatoon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So let me find that image. All right, so the first one here. This was taken last year. I don't know who they are, but I hope their wedding was amazing.
Nice.
That's really good. Yeah, getting married October 31st. All right, so next. All right, so pardon me. This is first time I'm doing it this way. Doing it through OBS this time.
Oh, I see.
All right, someone made this Keith Haring meets Earthbound that I found lovely.
Interesting.
Maestro. All right, next we got... A little hard to see, but I did like seeing someone draw Shiver as a mermaid.
Yeah.
I assume her lower body is part shark.
Okay. Looks like a sea serpent almost.
Yeah.
But it's got fins too, so I don't know. It's cool.
Ooh, Nessie. Speaking of the cryptid Splatfest, I wasn't on Team Nessie, but I enjoyed both of these very much.
Nice.
Very cool. So let's scroll down a bit. All right, next.
Yo.
During the Triforce Splatfest, someone posted Zelda as an Inkling. I thought Damiani would like it. Yeah, I didn't see this one. This is really cool. I definitely saw some like Zelda Splatoon artwork around Tears of the Kingdom's launch, which is pretty cool. Ooh, Team Mint Chip. Personally, I don't like mint flavor, but hey, I'm not about to yuck someone's yum. Besides, I know that face because of the cravings, TM.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow. Just a cute Octoling girl. I realized at this point that I could change the filters in photo mode to make it easier to see.
Nice.
That's cool. Oh, hugs. Someone chilling around Splatsville. I love their art. Be kind and supportive to your Salmon Run team. After all, they are your teammates and coworkers, and they likely saved your butts. And our last image. What is this?
This must be an alien or something.
And of course, one of my own from one of the Splatfest fans of Nevermind the Buzzcocks might get this reference.
Long story. Okay.
Yeah. Splatoon has always had great artists, and I'm glad I can share some of my favorite posts with all of you. Now, if only I could show the rest of the allies how cool this game can be. Not sure any of you are ready for that level of terror. Love and respect, RF. P.S. In Tarot, Major Arcana 5 is the Hierophant. Did you say Hierophant or Hierophant? That one I've heard it.
I want to see Hierophant.
So it's set in Persona. They say Hierophant, but I thought I heard someone
like
one time.
hierarchy, right?
Yeah, but I thought someone said Hero once, so I'm actually
RF
not sure.
says Hierophant.
So it is Hero. Okay, then Persona said it wrong one time. It's like the original dub of 3. Sure, it represents traditions and institutions, but can also represent a counselor giving you wisdom or spiritual guidance when you need it the most. That said, this card is best represented by the goddess herself, Lightning, as she is the glue that has held all this together. I mean, we're playing through 13 right now. Lightning is not the glue holding people together. She's driving everyone apart, so we'll have to see if that changes at some point in that playthrough.
I gotta catch up those VODs. I gotta catch up. It's so hard living on Thursdays.
Yeah. Well. All right. Next up comes from Pixelated. Howdy, allies. This week is a collection of some of my 3D printed projects. So let's get the first one from Pixelated going. So we got... Oh, it does this. Okay. Hang on.
You gotta resize it because of the different...
Yeah, there is a thing where it is... center to
You
screen.
can fit the screen.
Where is the fit to screen?
Right above.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. There it is. Okay. Oh, but then it does this. So there was another. No, I think it was another. Oh, we'll figure it out. Whoa, that the Master Sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally got around to making a life-size Master Sword. There are a lot of options for models. I think this one is pretty clever as it is designed to interlock into the different pieces. Sick.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, because I think it's going to do it for all of them. No? Okay. Oh, nice. Here is it assembled. I think I need to do further post-processing on this one. Sand it, fill seams, and paint. At least the blade.
Heck, yeah.
Very cool looking.
Oh, yeah, top 10 swords this week on the podcast. It's true.
Very nice. Here is a Skyrim quest marker hanging on my door. I was like, oh, wait. Oh, I get it now. Ooh. I know what that is. Do you know what that is, Blood? You probably don't because you never played this game. One day you'll get time to play it.
It looks very familiar.
There's something on the desk that we have for it.
Okay.
It's Final Fantasy 14.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, from Final Fantasy 14 to Crystal of spoilers. Yeah, I won't say.
Okay.
I want to reprint this and include white filling on the face. You need to play through Shadowbringers to understand what this is.
Got it.
Is that the? Oh, it's a fishing rod.
Fishing rod.
From the small preview, I thought it was the Wind Wake, the baton of Wind. This is a cool design for a cat toy fishing pole. It's since broken. Very good. Very good. Yo, is that VR? Yo.
Little racks.
Gotta have a mount for my PSVR 2, which I haven't touched in over 5 months. Waiting on RE4 VR. There we go.
I'm not wait. Only thing I'm waiting on is a free weekend, dude.
Oh, wow.
Not been able to
All right.
touch that thing.
Some grips for the Switch. This is one of the prints I've gotten the most out of. Grips for Nintendo Switch. It makes playing handheld so much more comfortable for me. This is the only model I've ever paid money for, and it was well worth the $3.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
See what it says.
Yeah. Sometimes a print isn't fun, just functional. My cordless drill broke the piece of plastic that switches direction.
Got it.
Turns out somebody else had this happen and designed a replacement model. Instead of spending money on a new drill, mine gets a new lease on life. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, image 9. Ah, Spider-Man.
Yo.
And some stuff. And I'll end the month with something I designed. I don't want my comic books to collect dust in boxes. I want them on my shelf, ready to be read. In comes my bookshelf spine. This design is modular, allowing you to dictate the size of the spine needed. Maybe next month I'll have maybe next month I'll have the new multicolor upgrade. Pretty sick. Yeah. That's pretty good. Very awesome. Thanks. All right. Oh, I don't. Okay, so we'll show the images after we read this.
Okay.
Do you want to read this one? From
Yeah,
Sebastian?
from Lodius. Hey, Blood and Damiani. The end of an era. Life as we know it is coming to an end.
No.
Port
Here we go.
Olisar is disappearing. I'm talking, of course, about Star Citizen. Yes, it sounds very dramatic, but Port Olisar was one of, if not the first space station in the game after the crowdfunding campaign had come to an end all those years ago. Floating off the planet of Crusader, this was where we as players began our travels into the universe. Even at its infancy, it had very limited functionality, but we as a community loved it. It may only have a small armor shop, a weapon shop, and clothes shop, but we made do with what we had. As time progressed, we've gotten other hubs, towns, cities, and whole planets, but Port Olisar was the one place we called home. You woke up in the tiny room, went out to pick up some pot noodles from the vending machines outside, and continued down to the central hub. Here you could select which ship to use for the day from the monitors below the huge hologram of Crusader, making the centerpiece of the room. You ran out to your ship on one of the very exposed landing pads and set out on different adventures. After a bit of mining or picking up deliveries on other moons, you came back to either sell your cargo for a profit or hand back boxes to the often very glitched NPC behind the counter. sometimes managing to blow yourself up or unexpectedly dying in the process.
Cool.
This was also a place to gather up with your organization mates to plan events or check out each other's cool characters or ships, or simply just to mess with each other and random players. And random players just so happened to be passing by. I took my ship there one final time before patch 3.2 launched, where the station got removed and had a quiet moment to say goodbye. I know it's a redundant station, and the whole universe has improved so much since I took my first wobbly steps in the game, but I will miss Olisar so much. Goodbye, old friend.
Alright. Here's like the
The landing pad.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Nice. What a view.
Dang.
What a view.
Yeah. Oh, man. What I wanted to see in Starfield. Ooh, yeah, I like that. You
Mm-hmm.
land on the exterior like that? That's sick. Alright, yeah.
Little armor station.
That's, yeah. Displaying all those. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got here, we got gun shop.
Yeah,
All right.
weapon racks.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
shooting
very
target.
similar to the one in Cyberpunk too.
Yeah. All right.
Little quarters.
Yeah. Very basic.
Get the windows.
Yeah. Giving you a nice view of space. Ah, yeah. Vending machines.
Big Bennies.
Nice. And our last image. Ah, yeah, cool. Little
Nice.
hub area, yeah. Very nice. Sad to hear. Nice shots. Thank you. Next up, we got Sarah Knight. Hello, Damiani and Blood. Happy Spooky Month. Unfortunately, I don't have anything spooky for you, but I do have something that Blood might like. For the last few months, I've been making illustrations for every mainline Final Fantasy game, and I just finished making Final Fantasy VI just yesterday as of this recording for the showcase. I knew this would be a monster of an undertaking considering how many playable characters that are in the game, and ultimately decided to leave out the optional characters. Otherwise, this would have been a super crowded piece.
It's hard.
I'm also giving you guys a bunch of close-ups for the characters since, and this is just a guess here, the Blood might want a closer look at them. I'm going to hold off, take my time with the FF7 one until about January since I have a really good guess who might be on the showcase that month. Wink. Hope you guys continue to stay safe and be awesome to everybody around you, and that you have a super spooky month. Much love and respect, Sarah Knight. P.S. What are the odds of Spider-Man 2 and Mario Wonder coming out on my birthday?
Oh my.
Is this the Barbenheimer of video games?
Right.
Yes, it is. All right, let's check these out. Blood will not need the descriptions for these, I bet. You will definitely know these.
Okay, so that's the whole batch. Nice.
All right. We got Terra.
Nice.
Very cool.
The Magicite there too.
There you go. You
With
got
the train.
There you go. That's what we like to see.
Look at those claws too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's nice detail on the armor.
Yeah. Sakaguchi.
There you go.
Look at that. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Aw, good boy. It's a good boy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's really good. All right. Last one.
The coin flip.
Very good. Luck. All right. Next up from Screaming Argonaut. Good afternoon, allies. I hope you're doing well as we head into the October rush. Unfortunately, September was a pretty boring month on Poppleton, so there's not much to talk about. Well, there was one day that was kind of odd, so let me just tell you about that.
Okay.
So here we go to Animal Crossing.
Expression.
It all started on a normal morning. I was trying to decipher an odd passage from an old book I found when, as I passed through the doorway into the living room, I felt an odd chill. I barely gave it a second thought as I made my way to Brewster's for my morning coffee. There were other customers, but I didn't recognize any of them. When I said hi and welcomed them to Poppleton, they just gave me a weird look and continued what they were doing. Whoa. I decided to stop by Patty's. She has her nose in everyone's business, so I figured she would know who those people were.
Mm-hmm.
When I went inside, however, I was shocked to find someone else I had never met was living there. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I quickly left, filled with the feeling that something was very wrong. Remembering the weird sensation from earlier that morning, I returned home and went through the doorway several times. I didn't experience anything except the odd feeling that I was being watched. I went back inside, I went back outside to find that the whole island was almost gone. A mysterious figure approached me, telling me I didn't belong here and I was destroying everything. They said I needed to remember the passage I was reading this morning, and I needed to do it before it was too late. Ooh. I went back inside, repeating the passage to myself. The lights changed, and as I approached the doorway, I saw someone looking at me, doing the same thing. We somehow stepped through each other, and I felt the odd chill again. Everything seemed to go back to normal, but to make sure, I went back to Patty's house. She asked me if I'd heard about the new the Nook Talk trend, and I almost cried with relief. Anyway, that was September in Poppleton. I hope something actually exciting happens in October. I'll let you know in a few weeks. Until then, love and respect, Screaming Argonaut.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. Good story. All right. Ready for the next one, Blood?
Yeah. Jesse Blue. Happy Spooktober, allies in chat. Hauntings from the Midwest. I hope you are all ready for the cataclysmic wave of content with a cat. Okay. But I'd like to talk about something other than games this month. I dropped Lil Blue off at college about a month ago, and I'm not the only one feeling her absence. I thought I'd let my roommate write a few words about how she is feeling since her little favorite is gone. Quote, I am called Minx, and I take care of all 3 silly humans in this cave. There are supposed to be 3, but 1 moon ago the big ones came back and the little one did not return. This is not so unusual as she has slept in other caves before to return sometimes, up to 5 dark sleeps later. My mornings are all the same. Photo 1. I charged with the Sunnies to fill my sleep transfer stores. I saw much moving of stuff out of Little One's den into the open spaces, then out of the cave. When I went back in, there were many places the floor was empty, and I had not smelled my smell in those places. So, sought to remedy this.
Uh-oh. There we go.
They returned, but not with the little one. Sunny's time followed dark sleep, and more Sunnies followed, and still she did not return. I worked hard to make sure Flora had the sleepies and all the spots for when she returns. For she would return. Of that I is certain. Lunch break, I must watch the big ones to make sure they hunt and eat meals, and that they know I is hungry too. Back to work. The floor, after many dark sleeps, is covered with the smells of me, and only place left is bed. Still, she does not return. I lay on chair for now. I can only fill chair since bed and floor and cushions and pillows are all full of the sleepies. Moon has moved from darkest to brightest now, and back to darkest finally. And lo, she returns and sleeps in bed and uses up the sleepies. Come, big favorite. Time for bed. You must go and see the little one, for she is back again. Have a wonderful month, and don't wear yourselves out. Big changes are coming for me and for Minx, so stay tuned. As always, love and respect, hugs and smiles, Jesse Blue.
Nice. All right. Next set of images comes from the Soul Crusher. Happy Scary Season. In honor of Halloween, I wanted to share some of my favorite spooky screenshots from Tears of the Kingdom
Nice.
and Animal Crossing. If Halloween is celebrated in Hyrule, Link is most likely a huge fan given how many costumes he wears. The Halloween decorations and costumes in Animal Crossing were the coolest. When I was playing, I definitely left my Halloween decorations long after October ended. The pics are a few years old, but still some of my favorites. Hope everyone survives the hellish landscape that is October. Cataclysmic wave of content. Stay spooky, love and respect, the Soul Crusher. Let's check these out. Of course, we gotta get a Blood Moon shot.
Blood Moon.
Blood approves
Over
of
the
Blood
castle.
Moon. Ooh.
The Depths outfit, yep.
Very nice. Very spooky.
It's so dark down there that like you can't get a good screenshot.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh yes.
Yeah. The
Honest-
armor set.
Stelhorse.
Yeah, that set made a return. Too bad you can't keep that style horse forever. Nice. So good. That's pretty good.
That's great, yeah.
Ooh, nice
Oh,
filter.
yeah.
That Heber approves immediately. Jason Voorhees. That Freddy Krueger. Very
Wild.
nice.
That's crazy.
Good. Whoa.
Yeah, wow.
Dang. Going all out.
That's some planning.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is great.
That is amazing. That is a postcard. That's something you put on your wall right there. That's amazing.
Yeah, they even did a little border for it, yeah.
That's so good. I like that. I like that image. Thanks, Soul Crusher. All right. I believe our last set of images comes from Michelle Jackson. Hello, Damiani and Blood. I attended the meetup last month and had a blast. Thanks so much for putting it together. Here's a collection of photos relating to my September.
Nice.
Here we go. So first up from Michelle Jackson. There we go. The weekend before I left for California was Arizona's largest anime Japanese pop culture event, SabatonCon. I only got to go on the last day of the event and attended a Pokemon-themed Lolita fashion tea party. My coordinate was based on Poltergeist. Nice. Whoa. My best friend, it's Jess, I guess, in chat, had the idea to make K-pop style photo cards for the EZA crew.
Right.
And asked me to design the card backs. Here's some of the early sketches I did.
Nice.
Yeah. At first, I wanted to involve Rufus somehow, but it wasn't really coming together. Oh, that's okay. Very nice. Rufus, inverted colors. Nice. I associate gambling themes with EZA and decided to shift my designs in that direction. There you go.
Nice.
Very nice. Ooh. Getting closer to what I wanted. Nice. It's pretty cool. Very nice. Moon Gambling 3. Rufus Gambling. That's pretty cool. This version is what I based the final design on. Yeah, very nice. Alright, here we go. Look at this. The final design. The trim was cut off in printing.
Nice.
Yeah. The cord I wore to the... Sorry, the coordinate I wore to the meetup. A lot of other Lolitas gave me advice on how to survive a day in a theme park, but the weather was pretty mild, so it wasn't actually that uncomfortable, LOL.
Nice.
That's good. It wasn't that bad that day. Especially early in the day, it was like very cloudy and stuff, so
Yeah.
it got warmer later.
Oh, there's a cafe.
Here you go. We didn't get to go into
didn't get to go to
this,
the
so
cafe.
this is your photos from us, from our event. Towards the end of the day, me and my friends went to the Toadstool Cafe. I had surprisingly spicy pasta and a very cute cake.
Surprisingly spicy.
Surprisingly spicy.
All right.
Yep. Good
Oh,
stuff.
We don't need all the spicy toads.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Michelle. Thank you for sharing that. And now it is time for our audio submissions. Let's get that headphones going. Get your headphones or your speakers ready to go, chat. Because first up is going to be from Panamuse, a.k.a. Panamint Mance. Hiya there, Blood. Patron in one way or another since the jump. I write slightly retro electronic music under the name Panamint Mance and wanted to share this track I did a few years back called Diacute. It directly borrows elements from Sticker of Puyo Puyo written by
Inosuke.
Thank you. Nagao, a tune which some might also recognize as a theme from Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine
Got it.
here in the West. Next month, I'll share my homage to Team Eco and Gen Design. Thanks
Heck yeah.
for your time. All right, let's get this going. This is my first time doing this in this program, so if it doesn't start in the right place, I will rewind it, so hang on. Hang on. Let me pause it. They're hearing it right now, Blood. There we go. I want to restart it from this. Alright, I'm going to restart it. You ready?
No, this is way down.
Just let me
Go
know.
ahead. No, I'll
Alright.
adjust. There it is. You hear it okay?
Yep. Thank you. See, this is like, let me make this bigger. Yeah, like you can't type in like the, yeah, this is kind of janky for this. Sorry. Alright. 10 seconds is supposed to be the track.
Got it.
Sorry. I said 3:30, so. It does sound the same. Maybe this time code is wrong.
Probably.
Huh?
Uh,
Oh, if you, oh, let me fix that too.
what does that mean?
If you change anything in here and hit OK, it restarts it.
Oh.
Okay, let's fix that. No, it just does it. Why? That is not good. If I do it this way, does it do that? Yeah. Okay. Good to know. The new things here. Okay. Restart playback. Show nothing when the. Okay. All right. But yeah, that played out for that, and then skipped ahead. So I think we're good on that one.
Okay.
That was sick. But yeah, like if you go check out their submission, the post will be public in about an hour, I believe. It's a whole 44-minute like album you can check out. It's pretty
Nice.
cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Sorry I didn't start at the right time, but like that was so good. I enjoy it. Our next audio submission comes from Kevin Gillet. Do you want to read this
Sure.
one, Blood?
Hey, Blood and Damiani. After last month's Super Mario Land 2 submission, nice. I'm continuing on my Game Boy Games on Switch Online appreciation posts with The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. And we'll move on to a beloved GBA game of mine for the Halloween themed submission next showcase. This one in particular was my first Zelda game, having missed Zelda on NES and Super NES, and having missed the N64 entirely growing up. Instead of making an N64 version of the opening demo of the game, this time I'm fully orchestrating it. If we ever get remakes of the Oracle games like we did for Link's Awakening, it would be fun to compare my version with how they choose to remake it. Also, to my great dismay, Ryo Nagamatsu has left Nintendo a few months ago, so we probably won't ever get his version of these soundtracks, and I thought I should give it a go. He was always a massive inspiration for me, and he always orchestrated existing Nintendo music just the way I would want to do if I had his talent. Have a great October, everyone. Love and respect, Kevin Gillet.
Nintendo does do collaborations with like people who are not in Nintendo, like Smash Brothers. They brought in guest composers, and it's not uncommon. Like Uematsu does not work for Square Enix and still sometimes contributes. So
Right.
there's a chance. Just depends. You know, it's not unheard of, but I understand. All right, let's get this going here, and then okay. So I've been playing these. I did seasons to 80s, and I did all the secrets. That thing at the end. Now I'm going the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like I play like a demo. Like I do a little bit of Still, 80s is not great.
Interesting. Yeah.
On my second playthrough of Seasons, I think it's, I'll see if I think it's better, the emulation on these Bloodworth.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they'll clean it up like they have with some of the others.
Yeah, there's some like visual effects. Maybe suspended resume the audio for 30 seconds. so much of the music in both games is not like reused Zelda music. And it just kind of loops, yeah. It's fun, but like, that's a lot of their music. Yeah, I mean over design switch, like RF switch, in that it is tedious to get to places because they account for the two different time periods, but they also do another thing. Every landmasses shift east and west depending on like past or present, because it's a big part of the like ocean part in the south, like the islands drift. So you have to account for that as well. So it's very like tedious. You're right. It is very tedious to navigate. It's also extremely like forced progression, like not just linear, but like you really have to go certain ways, and it's very easy. They like confine you to a region where you're just kind of going in circles a lot, and it's kind of frustrating and not fun. Whereas Seasons doesn't have as much of that going on. It feels like it was like there's less to account for, so it's like easier to get around. Or I think there's one too many things to keep track of in Ages. Anyway, very nice job, Kevin. Thank you for that. Very relevant to what I am playing as well. All right, it is time for our video submissions. I'm actually going to just straight up delete these right now because we don't need these. So don't get confused. First up is from none other than Alexander Ziranov. Hello, allies! I am continuing highlighting Apex Legends characters, and today we'll be talking about the only legend I haven't highlighted so far. This is the last one.
Caught up.
Unless they add new ones.
Caught up.
Ballistic! August Montgomery Brinkman, the only child of the billionaire Brinkman family, became an orphan at a young age when shady backroom deals caught up with his parents. Alright, so it's not like Batman. Batman was not caught up in shady backroom deals. I guess if you watched The Batman. Wealthy, furious, and self-destructive, August joined the Thunderdome Games, the pre-Apex games.
Nice.
Under the name Ballistic, he became the very first Thunderdome celebrity thanks to his reckless and utterly selfish style. Soon, August met Saklang and her brother Kit Singh, and they formed a seemingly unstoppable trio. Brinkman and Saklang quickly fell in love, married, and had a son, Nathaniel. Several years later, Kit died in a match while August was showboating and didn't pay attention to his team. Devastated by guilt, Brinkman withdrew from the world in his mansion and descended into alcoholism, which drew away his wife. Drew away his wife and son. Nearly 2 decades later, Nathaniel, who was still enamored with his father's victories and wished to surpass him, had qualified for the Apex Games. When August learned about this, he became determined to save his son from the path that ruined him. He stormed into the Syndicate's office to offer their leader a deal. If Nathaniel would be disqualified, disgraced hero Ballistic would return to the arenas. When Nathaniel learned that his father ruined his dream, he met August during a media event and let him know how much he hates him.
Whoa.
Yo, this is like Top Gun Maverick. In terms of gameplay, Ballistic is an assault legend, which allows him to carry more ammo per inventory slot and open an extra compartment in weapon supply bins to get better attachments for the team's weapons. His passive ability allows you to carry a third weapon, giving you more offensive options and helping you to respond teammates. Ballistic's tactical ability is an auto-aiming bullet that deals damage and causes the opponent's weapon to overheat if they continue firing. Sick. Excuse me. This allows you to hit enemies after losing line of sight. It can also allow you to recover as many players disengage from a fight until their gun stops overheating. Ballistic's ultimate ability improves armed movement and reload speeds for you and nearby teammates, grants infinite ammo, and upgrades your third weapon with the best attachments. This gives you an edge in a fight against an equally geared squad and allows your team to shoot for free when ammo is low. Also kills extended duration of your ultimate, helping you to fight multiple squads in a row. That is sick. However, your third weapon can't be equipped with attachments, and auto-aiming bullets don't attempt to avoid obstacles on its way. So you need to work around those limitations. Like the red shell, when in modern Mario Kart, if it's around a curve too much, it'll hit that dumb edge of the curve and stop. Old Mario Kart, it just went beautifully. There was nothing stopping it. I like playing as Ballistic, but my normal aiming isn't great. In this video, I've tried to highlight his abilities as well as his interactions with Gibraltar, Bangalore, Caustic, and Pathfinder. This is just a small taste. The game has much more than I could possibly show in just 3 minutes. All right, let's check this out.
My, what a whimsical cast of
sorry.
characters. Let's see how whimsical they are when I break them. There's some extra supplies here. Excellent.
Video.
Smart bullets hunting foes. Smart bullets struck true.
We'll restart. All right, ready?
My, what a whimsical cast of characters. Let's see how whimsical they are when I break them. There's some extra supplies here. Excellent.
Why did he... I need to see that face.
Smart bullets hunting foes.
I looked too fast
Smart
and I thought it was like a
struck
full
true.
I didn't see it fast
Smart
enough.
bullets keep it. I've detected an overheat. Smart bullets away. Smart bullets hit a foe. Watch their distance. Rage against the dying of the
I've been down. Target close.
Let's watch
Never mind.
Row
None from that squad remain.
shorts on Netflix.
Amateurs. R301 here. In my day, they were barely in the 100s.
Oh, thank you. Hey, always dreamed of running with an original domer.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Oh, thanks, my brother. They're not the same, but these games still bring the thunder.
You don't say.
Thanks. Ballistic, was it? Can't say I've heard of you.
Then I strongly suggest you start paying attention.
A lot of folks been fanboying over you. I ain't seen anything worth the effort.
Patience, young gun. Patience.
Found extra supplies here. Arm up.
Excellent teamwork. If only you could shoot worth a damn.
Ah, you want to see how it's done? I'll meet your ancient ass at the firing range.
That's rather good spotting. For an amateur.
You and me, old-timer. Target practice. Shot for shot. Let's see what you got.
Impressive you've maintained your aptitude for this competition.
You as well.
Of course. Do not confuse me for these other buffoons.
If you need a cup of tea that won't incinerate your bloody mouth, please let me know.
Thank you, the terrible butler.
Always happy to provide my patented first-class service.
Thank you, robot. Of all the places to see you again.
Would you like me to cut the crust off your bread again?
While you might not know your ass from your elbow, it's good to see you again.
My pleasure, elderly friend. I can't wait for our next spin-off adventure.
You were a terrible manservant, so I'm glad manslaughter suits you.
Would you like me to piss off down the hall again?
I miss you, robot. I just don't always miss you. That foe has fallen.
You are the Apex Champions.
Nice.
Always good. Thanks, Alex. All right, I want to take this next one, Blood.
From Unexpected Enemy, Maddie. Howdy, allies. I hope everyone is all well as they can be during this ongoing cataclysmic wave of content. Since I missed last month's showcase, I decided to put a bit more effort into my submission for October. This time around, I made a video about why I chose the online moniker of Unexpected Enemy. I'm still learning how to edit videos, so apologies in advance for some jump cuts, and I hope the audio levels are fine too.
What goes into making an online persona? How do you arrive at the gamer tag or profile name that you choose for the various platforms that you
I
sign
guess
up
it's
for?
better just to do this. Let's
What
restart
goes
the
into
family.
making an online persona? How do you arrive at the gamer tag or profile name that you choose for the various platforms that you
Is that
sign up
Max?
for?
I can't
Back
read
when
it.
the original Xbox One launched, a year or two before the release of the console, I ended up trading in my entire Xbox 360 collection and abandoned the gamer tag that I had at the time. So when I decided to re-enter the Microsoft Xbox ecosystem and I bought my Xbox One, I figured it was time to sort of start from scratch and create a new fresh profile, which is how I came to be the Unexpected Enemy, which sort of has carried to more recent platforms such as Twitch and my YouTube channel. So how did I arrive at coming up with this name? For one, I wanted to start fresh with a new profile, and it sounded ambiguous enough as it did not reference anything directly. For those who aren't familiar with it, it is actually a reference to a particular track from the classic Sega Saturn title, Panzer Dragoon Zwei, and the piece of music, or the track, is simply called Unexpected Enemy. Also been a fan of role-playing games since I was a child. I explored and played many different RPGs from the genre over the years, and I realized I had a love for plot twists involving unsuspecting, non-playable characters suddenly becoming antagonists. Falcom's The Legend of Heroes Trails of the Sky, the first chapter specifically, was a game that solidified my love for what otherwise can be known as an unexpected enemy. And most importantly, a lot of old-school shoot-'em-ups, arcade shooters, games like Darius, R-Type, Ikaruga, or Radiant Silvergun, for example. When you get to the end of a stage and a boss is introduced, it's usually accompanied with some sort of warning message, followed by text underneath that says something along the lines of, an unidentified enemy is fast approaching. Unexpected Enemy is essentially paying tribute to the classic arcade shooters of yesterday. Like many people, I started streaming more regularly during the start of the pandemic. So whenever a new game came out that I happened to be playing and recording, I happened to capture some of my raw reactions to these boss warning screens that I was talking about earlier. So here's a few examples from the past few years that really resonated with me. I'm hoping this level's almost over because it's not overstaying its welcome. It feels like this is the boss. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, this warning screen! I just want to make a game like this. Oh my god, it's so contradictory looking. Oh my god, this game's made for me. It's got a warning screen. Are you kidding me? Warning, a big enemy is... Oh, I can't read it. There's fucking warning screens. A big enemy is approaching at full throttle. There is a huge hostile... There is a huge hostile reaction. Intercept it with a perfect attitude.
The perfect attitude.
So that's what being an unexpected
We need teenagers with perfect attitudes.
If you enjoyed watching this video and you want to check out more of my work, you can head on over to Unexpected Enemy on Twitch. From there, you can find links to my gaming blog as well as my YouTube channel. But also check out EasyAllies.com and their Patreon and Twitch channel. They're the reason why I primarily made this video, for their community showcase specifically, so check them out and give them some support if you can. So with that said, that's all I've got for now. I've got some more warning screens to find, so until next time, take care.
Cool.
Nice.
Very cool. Thank you for that. Very, very cool. All right. Next up, we have a submission from Mo Grant. As Gary likes to say, first-time caller Mo Grant. Hey, Damiani and Blood. I'm back with an update on the Kickstarter campaign for Astronaut High Schooler number 2. We launched the campaign on September 15th, and I'm happy to report that we've hit our funding goal and are working towards hitting the stretch goals now. To celebrate, we figured we'd share a short compilation of the videos that were made for Astronaut High Schooler so far. It includes the initial video we created when we reprinted issue 1 last year, the promo video for the Kickstarter campaign, which was edited and narrated by Damiani, a friend of Lucky33, and as well as a bonus video game style intro for issue 2. So please enjoy the promo video for Astronaut High Schooler issue 2.
High Schooler joins Lucky 33. In a world filled with chaos, there stands only one. Sorry, no, that voice is all wrong. Let's try this again. Earth City is in constant danger. But it does have one defender, one hero, one astronaut high schooler. Astronaut High Schooler is always ready to spring into action to defend Earth City. But who is Astronaut High Schooler? And where'd they get that cool magic bat from? No one knows! But one thing is certain. Wherever danger looms, Astronaut High Schooler will be ready for it. Join our hero as they charge fearlessly into their second action-packed adventure, straight from the mind of J.R. Harris. Astronaut High Schooler!
Time to make your indie video game based on this.
Nice.
It's a sign. Very good job. That was awesome. That was a really good promo. Congrats as well. The campaign is still live now for anyone that's interested, and all of our previous books are available through the campaign, making it a great time to catch up. As always, thanks for everything, guys. You can follow us and our artist at Lucky33 Comics and at JR Comic Arts on Instagram. Again, at Lucky33 Comics, at JR Comic Arts on Instagram. Love and respect, Mo Grant. All right, we're down to our final two videos.
All right, from Mellow Fellow, hello, fellow allies. Today I have a treat for you all. Ever since the Golden Voice tier was announced, I instantly thought of making this video with Brandon's expertise in mind. Please enjoy the review.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
Gordon, where are you going?
Where do you think?
What's the matter with you? Don't you want to be our friend?
You have a funny way of making friends. I'm lucky I haven't been hugged to death or eaten.
I take it blasting your way through hordes of allegedly psychopathic puppets is a normal day at work for you, Seriously, Gordon, who hurt you? Surprised you're not a detective. They're always bashing down doors and brandishing guns. Or maybe a GI give you a chance to rampage through some small defenseless...
Don't say that, Ricky.
Say what?
Don't talk about the war.
Why not? Just saying. Seems like exactly the sort of place you...
It feels like 2023 is feeding gamers in all genres, especially in survival horror. Recently, the Szymanski brothers have crafted a special combination of classic survival horror with a blast from the past. We're used to shooting down zombies, necromorphs, and creatures conceived from your darkest nightmares. But this time around, my friendly neighborhood has a shooting down puppets. It's a setup that's comfy yet unnerving, nostalgic yet modern. Sit down, relax, and come on down and sing along to our lovely tune, Down in the Neighborhood.
Escape reality. Live through other people. Ignoring their own minds.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I have to sit on for like months sometimes.
The story begins when one night the vacant studio suddenly regains power. Gordon, a repairman with an attitude problem, is called in to shut it off since it's televising old episodes over normal programming. It's important to note that living puppets isn't a strange thing in this world, an easy comparison being Sesame Street, where humans and puppets live together. But the puppets in the studio seemingly get in Gordon's way. Why is that? And why is the whole place shut down in the first place? These questions and many others are slowly answered throughout the game. In true survival horror fashion, most of the answers are found through notes and documents that one can pick up and read, or you can just shoot your way through the mascots and enjoy the gist of the story as it's presented. Along the way, you'll pick up some familiar weaponry like a pistol and shotgun, but are more family-friendly by shooting out letters instead of bullets. You'll want to be careful though, because ammo and health pickups are limited. Like other survival horror games, you'll also have to manage your inventory. The shotgun is incredibly strong and usually one-shots enemies, but it'll take up a large amount of space in your pack. Once the mascots are down, you can keep them down by taping them up with a roll of tape, though these are limited as well. It was fun managing our equipment, but the game hands you a ton of ammo and gear that we didn't have to use anything too sparingly. It's also a shame most, if not all, encounters play out the same. Either shoot the mascot until they're down or sneak around them to conserve your ammo.
There we go.
Whoa.
Well, no getting back up that way.
While the enemy encounters might be simple, the art style and level design more than make up for it. All the areas are interconnected well enough that we never really got lost. Each area has its own distinct feel to it as well. One moment you're walking through one of the colorful sets of the show, and next you're trudging through the dark, dank corners of the sewers beneath the lot. We did feel the later areas were some of the best highlights, but we didn't spend as much time in them as we had hoped. The placements of the enemies are worth mentioning since it made us think more about what enemies you actually wanted to tape up over others. It helped to save your tape for mascots that are in pinch points or areas where you go through more often.
Here,
so first,
let's play again.
Make a big triangle. Just take your hands, make 3 lines, and connect them together.
Cameras,
okay,
lights,
now,
producers, children.
Notice
the children.
That looks great. Now, put a circle.
The designs of the puppets are top-notch, and we looked forward to, as well as dreaded, seeing new ones as the game progressed. What really brought them to life was the voice acting. Every single voice actor knocked it out of the park, bringing life to each of their characters. Even Gordon, the main character, was a highlight. We just wished there was more of him, or the story was more front and center rather than tucked away in documents, because when a story beat hits, it really hits.
Alright. I was so enamored with Brenda's voice, I realized we went over the limit by a bit, so I was like, I think a little bit of a special case there. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're very nice. But you can watch the rest of it. There's 2 more minutes when this post goes live, or if you have access right now, you can check it out. They provided the link, so you can head over and watch all of that. But wait, we got one more entry before you go do that. Our final entry comes from Nick Gothic, which means it's probably demo scene time. Oh. Hello, Damiani. Hello, Bloodworth. Here is episode 6 of my demo scene history series. This one is about the Juggler demo for the Commodore Amiga. I'm happy that I managed to make it this far, and at this rate, I might complete an entire season of these. I want this to continue, and the community showcase is the entire reason why I'm driven to make my personal videos for fun. Excuse me. This episode is nearly 4 minutes long, sadly, by the necessity of the subject discussed here, and I have no excuse to keep it like this, so cut it at the 3-minute mark. For everybody who enjoys these videos and wants to see them unfettered, you can always hop to my YouTube channel by simply searching Nick Gothic. Also, the video is in the post on patreon.com/UZLI. Search the Community Showcase tag. October Community Showcase. I post all my demo scene vids there in full, although it's usually days or weeks after being premiered on the showcase. If there's an episode you'd like to see but can't find it, subscribe to my channel and sooner or later you'll see it show up. Also, right now I'm struggling to find jobs. Yeah. For the past 4 years, I've actually been a fairly successful freelance artist at Upwork, but this year has become dry season for all of us, even longtime professionals. I'm scared and I'm trying to see what I can find. Pray that my ingenuity will help me get out of this mess, which it certainly will, and everybody else who's willing to help. I'll point out that I do art, design, and animation commissions, which you can find at my website at nickgothic.com. But enough of that, let's watch some demos. All right.
In November 1986, Eric Graham released a demo for the Amiga called Juggler. When you open it, it has an intro screen that says, "The individual frames of the movie are being fetched from disk. The images were generated with a standard Amiga with 5." In November 1986, Eric Graham released a demo for the Amiga called Juggler. When you open it, it has an intro screen that says, "The individual frames of the movie are being fetched from disk. The images were generated with a standard Amiga with 512 kilobytes of memory. A ray tracing method was used, which simulates rays of light reflecting within a mathematically defined scene. Each image requires the calculation of 64,000 light rays and takes approximately 1 hour to generate. An image is compressed to about 10 kilobytes for storage. Images are expanded in less than 30 milliseconds. The Amiga Hold and Modify mode is employed so that 4,096 colors can be displayed at one time.
Ray tracing.
Wild.
Ostensibly, this doesn't really sound impressive. The effects here aren't being made in real time. Instead, the Juggler is basically a slideshow, a movie, with 24 unique pre-rendered images, looping rapidly, and with a sound effect. What's impressive about this demo instead are the balls. As you look at them, you can see mathematically accurate reflections of not only the surrounding landscape, but also the Juggler's body as well. In spite of being pre-rendered, this still was really eye-catching. It should be noted that in 1986, ray tracing was very much on the experimental edge of computing. Rendering a single ray-traced image would punish even the most high-end of computers. The most famous early ray tracing experiment was made in 1980 with this test image by Turner Whitted. This image was rendered on a DEC VAX 11780, a 32-bit Super Mini computer mainframe that would cost $1 million today. Compared to the Amiga's price range of $3,500. With 8 megabytes of RAM, it took the VAX 74 minutes to render this. Only 6 years later, the Amiga could do the same thing, for a much cheaper price range, at half a megabyte of memory. Now that's Moore's Law in action. And also impressive is that the animation is capable of showing potentially all of the Amiga's palette, all 4,096 colors. You might remember that last time I said the Amiga could only handle 32 colors per screen. So how did it do it? One neat trick with the Amiga is its so-called ham mode, which means hold and modify. Basically what it does is that the graphics chip uses 6 bits to assign a color to any pixel. Normally only 32 colors are used on a screen, and only 5 bits of that in any combination will be used to register to any of the pre-established 32 colors of the palette. But the ham mode does things differently. It takes away 1 bit, leaving 4, which can register only 16 colors for a screen palette. But the remaining 2 bits are used to issue a command change in any of the R, G, or B values of the previous pixel. It takes a look at the pixels to the left of it, and it says, okay, do that, but change the blue value to 15. The next pixel says, do that, but change the R value to 6. This mode leaves some serious graphic artifacts. It's never a smooth transition from one color to the other, but it works. And this mode was the mainstay for much of Amiga's artistic software, especially video editors. The ray tracing algorithm developed by Eric Graham was called SSG, that would eventually become Sculpt Animate 4D, a fully fledged 3D animation software. The Juggler demo was so iconic, and this guy appeared on everything from magazine covers to its own fan animations. It got so many people interested in 3D graphics, and the Amiga was where many of the long-lasting 3D tools we use today first began. Blender, Cinema 4D, and Lightwave all had their humble beginnings in the Commodore Amiga, and anybody who uses 3D software like this today is extending the long history of home computers being used to push the limits from the possible to the probable. Love and respect.
Heck yeah.
So cool. Dang, that was awesome.
Heck yes.
Thank you so much for that. That concludes our, oh, their camera, like... Oh, I thought our camera was like, you were waving your hands.
No. But I can see the TV a little bit on it.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Well, thank you everyone for your wonderful submissions. And I set it till 4 p.m. because originally the showcase before was scheduled for 2 to 4. So in an hour, the post will go public. And then you can check out the Google spreadsheet that has everyone's submission. I think only one is not on there, but you can also watch the VOD of this if you missed anything as well, for sure. Thank you again. It was $10 and up patrons. You are a part of our contributor tier. You get to write in or send in submissions for the community showcase every month. Next month we'll figure it out, but it's featuring
Dawn.
Dawn. We don't know what date it is, but like it will be featuring Dawn. Yeah.
I think I do have a date, but I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah.
Yeah. So get those submissions ready for Dawn next month.
I want to say it's like a little bit later.
Eagle
The
submissions.
14th. November 14th is what we're looking at.
All right, Eagle submissions. Lots of Eagle submissions. We are going to be back in just a little bit. We have we're going to be streaming for sure Cocoon.
Yeah, we're going to do Cocoon, and that might be just all we do since, but we'll get into that on that stream. But
Yeah, we'll explain what's going on when we jump into it, but we're going to go offline just for a second here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. So let me get us taken out here.
Snack break.
Yeah.
Go get your snacks.
A little bit of a break. Be right back. Bye-bye. Move all this here. All right. Bye-bye.